So just before we step into a few examples, there were a few definitions. Okay, we talked about oligopoly, and that's a particular market structure where there's only a few firms operating in the market. We talked about various types of strategies, and we had a dominant strategy, which is a strategy that is preferred regardless of what anyone else does, right? So I will always choose to undercut my competitor. That could be one dominant strategy. I'm kind of making it up. It may not be true. And then we talked about a strategy profile, okay, which is a set of strategies for each player, okay. Then we talked about various other things, such as a simultaneous game, where everyone basically moves simultaneously, a cartel, and a coordination game, okay. So a cartel is one where, for example, the big four banks got together and say, we're going to behave as if we're virtually one unit and act as a monopolist, for example, and try and maximize profit to each of them accordingly, right? So if you think about it, if they behaved as if they were a monopolist rather than four different firms, they could actually extract more profit. And this type of agreement is basically what they call a cartel. A coordination game is one that hopefully some of you are familiar with. I'm sure some of you have partners and you basically, for example, want to go to the movies or whether you want to go see the soccer. And the idea is that it's always better for you to do things together rather than things separately. And it ends up that you're going to, you should either choose to go to the soccer together or go and see the movies together, but you're not sure which one. Okay, I'm sure this is a very familiar problem with many of you. Okay, so with that in mind, we use game theory. And the first thing I really want to stress is there are really four elements to a game. Okay, there's the player, there's the strategy, there's the payoff, and then there's the timing. Okay, the player is, for example, Bill and Bob, right? The strategy is, for example, to move up and down, left or right, for example. The payoffs is obviously the number that's in the boxes that you see. And then there's the timing itself. Is it a simultaneous move game or is it a sequential game?